better say it.
Amen, amen, and amen.
Hmm.
All right, setting up stream. Here we go.
Morning, y'all.
Huh?
DC,
You
the old oriented.
late.
How
I
are
done
you?
sang the song and everything.
Okay.
All right, YouTube land, we are live.
Somebody said you still coughing?
YouTube land.
Yep.
Okay. All right. When you're ready, I will start the recording.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh.
Good morning, BCMC University students. Thank you for joining us this it's cold over here anyway, this cold Saturday. So we have another fabulous class. We have the amazing, our sis, Coach Nikki, and she will be talking to us about having a goal-oriented mindset. So again, this is a part of our Manifesting a Motivated Mindset month in January, starting off 2025 with our goals. We're going to have an amazing year. So I will turn it over to Coach Nikki.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, I know y'all haven't seen me all week, so here I am. No, I'm just joking. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This whole month, this whole like last year, we've been talking about your goal set, your goals and your mindset. We've been talking about getting your mind right because if you're going into the new year talking about new year, new me, and you still have the same old habits, the same old you coming into this year, you're going to still be the same you. And you're still not going to be able to hit the things that you put on your goals list last time or your vision board last time because you're taking those same habits with you. And so this month, we thought it was only right that we talk about your mindset because before you start putting things on a vision board, before you start putting things on your roadmap, it is very important to get your mind right because everything starts there. So I will be sharing my screen with you guys. I have a presentation, y'all. So sis, let me know if I can share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. You guys can share my screen. And I'm going to be asking you guys questions. So I need you guys to interact with me. I need you to answer my questions because I definitely have some questions that I would like for you to answer. Got to put myself in presentation mode. Didn't do that. Didn't do that. All right. All right. So we good now, right?
Yes, we are
All
good.
right. So today is all about manifesting a motivational mindset. This whole month, this is what we're going to be talking about. And so today's topic, like I said, is goal-oriented mindset, and I am your host, Miss Nikki, or you can call me Coach Nikki, who was what I am in BCMC. Call me Coach Nikki, and we're going to be talking about new year, new me. How many of you guys put it in the chat? How many of you guys said new year, new me? Let me know. Let me know if got some ones in the chat. What's popping? If you said new year, new me. I know everybody says it. It's a thing that everybody says. And I think it's because it sounds good. It's a new year. Maybe we should say new me. But you're taking, like I was saying in the intro, you're taking the old you into the new year. So how can you expect different results? That's the definition of insanity, right? How can you expect different results if you are doing the same thing? If your old habits and actions didn't get you to where you wanted to be, how do you expect the new year to change that? Because nothing about you changed. The only thing that changed is the year, right? So in order for that to happen, we have to start making adjustments. We have to start making changes. And so it's gotta start with our habits. It has to start by what we are deciding to do. It's about what we are going to be disciplined and challenge ourselves to do for this year. It's not about taking all of the old with us, right? It's about establishing new habits and bringing that into this new year. So how many of you guys are with me? One's in the chat. One's in the chat if you with me. One's in the chat. So I want you guys can come off mute real fast. And I just want to know what is one thing that you learned about yourself in 2024? And just real quick, just one thing that you learned about yourself in 2024.
I would think consistency. I have to be more consistent. I
Okay.
cannot just keep, continue to say, write it on my calendar. Oh, I'm gonna go do it on Thursday. But then Thursday come, I make up all these excuses on why I couldn't get to it when I did have time to get to it. So I have to just remind myself to be consistent.
Write that down. Anybody else?
For me, I'm going to say it's not business wise, but it's personal. Just doing things and stop waiting around on other people. A lot of times I won't go to like networking events and things of that nature because I'm like, I'm not going to know anyone else there, but there's other people who are showing up that don't know people either. So I'm going to have to do better. I am going to do better with showing up more.
Yes.
I think mine is in line with everybody else's, but for me, procrastination. I learned that I need to just stop procrastinating. I know events are coming up. I know things are going to happen. And I just put it off.
All right. So anybody else?
For me, it's being more visible. As y'all can see, y'all see my face today and not my picture.
I love that. Anybody else? Okay, so one thing about me is I know I learned about myself that I have to create boundaries. Everybody can't be, I can't expose myself to everybody, and I have to limit my exposure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be all times of the night. I have to be able to turn it off. I have to be able to say, all right, this is it. You know, you got me from this time to this time. So for me, one thing I learned about myself is boundaries. And I would say that I set boundaries, but I loosely set them. It was nothing that I set that I was stern on. I loosely set my boundaries and I allowed those things, you know, to creep into my time, and I know that it was not serving me. So that's one thing that I learned about myself in 2024 is that I have to create boundaries and I have to stand by them. So today, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about creating habits, setting goals that stick. And we're going to talk about creating a roadmap for 2025 and beyond. Because what we're going to talk about today is not just about a vision board. It's not just about a roadmap. It's not just about, okay, we're going to be better for 2025. No, these are habits and things that you're going to need forever. Right? So this is not just something that, oh yeah, this just applies this year. This applies every year. And every new you is going to require a different level of change. And you have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to be disciplined. You have to be consistent with the change because it's going to happen. You know, when you have a small business, when your business starts to grow, you know that things have got to change. You've got to start implementing systems. You got to start doing things where you know that it's going to be more time effect, you can save more time, right? So this is what I'm talking about when I say that you have to make sure that whatever you do, the new level you is going to require new level work, and you have to be able to commit to that new level work because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. So what does it mean to be goal-oriented? A goal-oriented mindset is about action, not just daydreaming. We could talk all we want. We could say we want all the things in the world. We want $1 million. We want $1 million business. We want to have 5 stores here. We want to have this. We want to have that. We want to have the best-selling item. But in order for that to happen, there's some action that has to take place, right? You can't just go say something. I want to have this. I want to be this, and all these things, but you don't have any action behind it. You know the saying, don't just talk about it, be about it. That's exactly what you got to do about your goals. Your goals is not just about the big talk. It's also about the big action that's going to back it up. So it's about aligning your habits and your daily actions with the bigger picture. These go hand in hand. There's no way around it. You can't get yourself quicker to success without doing the work. The work has to be done. You cannot overstep the small steps that's going to get you there. You have to have a foundation first. If you don't have a foundation, the house is going to fall. You can build your house on a weak foundation, but what's going to happen when it starts to get lived in? What's going to happen when there's a lot of weight on the house? What's going to happen when storms come, it's going to cave, it's going to fall, because you have not established a firm foundation, a strong foundation. And this is what your goals are. You have to create the strong foundation. There's steps in order to get somewhere. You can't just get from A to B or A to Z. Right? As a baby, you have to learn. The baby learns how to walk. The baby don't just come out the womb walking. It has to learn how to walk. And there's baby steps. There's guidance first. Then you allow the baby to go ahead, and they're going to stumble a little bit. And then they get confidence, and then they're walking, and then they're running. So everything requires steps. Everything. There's no way around it. So I want to ask you guys, what does the Bible say? And again, you guys could all unmute at the same time. What does the Bible say about faith?
Faith without works is dead.
Come on.
It is the substance. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Come on. Come on.
And you have to have faith of a mustard seed as well.
Come on, mustard seed. Yes. Yes. Okay. So faith without works is dead, right? It only works if you work it. Everybody's always saying something doesn't work. Well, how do you know if something don't work if you didn't work the thing that you got? How do you know if something doesn't work if you didn't create a plan for you to work that thing? How do you know? Right? So it's not going to work unless you work it. If you are believing for a thing, then you must do the work and the action that follows. Like I said, there's no way around it. It has to get done. If this is what you want, you could have anything in the world that you want. But if you want it bad enough, you're going to have to take the steps. You're not going to just it's not going to just magically appear. Even if you're praying for something, you're going to pray. You're going to pray. You're going to think about it. You're going to tell other people. You're going to ask other people to pray with you. Like, there's going to be some action that takes place, even if you say, oh, I'm just going to pray and I'm just going to wait on God. So if you're just going to pray and you're going to wait on God, you're not going to just pray one time, right? Because if you believe in God to do something, you're praying with your whole heart. You're praying with your soul. You're praying with everything. You're praying with the ancestors. You're praying with everything in you in order for you to get that thing, if you believe in God to do a thing, right? So if that's the case, that's the same thing with us. We have to believe that there's work that has to be done, and we've got to do the work in order to get our thing. Y'all agree with me? Yes? Y'all can unmute and say yes, or y'all can put ones in the chat.
Yes.
All right. So I want to ask everybody, what's a big goal that you want to achieve in 2025? And think as big as you can. Think the biggest, you can't see it right now, but this is a big thing that you want to achieve in 2025. What is that thing? You can unmute and say it. If it's in the chat, sisters, please let me know. What is a big goal you want to achieve in 2025?
Okay, Candace said store placement.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to say being able to possibly partner with a small hotel or Airbnb in the area to start getting my body care products in their locations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've got, I think this is Antoinette, a workspace in Nordstrom Marketplace.
Okay.
Deltra said private label.
Hey, Deltra. Anybody else? Big goals?
I want to get into, excuse me, I want to get into 2 more stores in my area here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you guys writing these goals down? Do you see these things every day?
Carlissa said store placement and private labeling.
Good morning, this is Lois. I'm going to say I want to be into 2 stores.
Good morning, Miss Lois. Yes.
Good
Okay.
morning.
They responded yes to your question, Nikki, about writing it down daily.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. Now the goals that you have, now just if you think about the goals that you have, and I want everybody to write the goal down, because again, y'all, I'll tell you in a minute. Put it on a Post-it, put it on your mirror, put it on your laptop, put it in your wallet, put it on your phone, make it your screensaver, put it in your bathroom, put it everywhere, put it right next to your bed, put it everywhere where you're going to see this goal. And what things do you need in order to get to this goal? What smaller steps can you take? Because that getting into Nordstrom's may seem a little out there for you, and it may not, right? Or getting into another location may be a little out there because you may say, well, I have the money, I don't have the inventory, you may not have certain things in order to get there, but what are the steps that you can take that are smaller that can get you there? Right? So if you know that you want to get into a couple of stores, so maybe one of the actions would be, one of your milestones would be, I'm going to start talking to it's the stores that I'm interested in the area. Ask them, do they have vendors in there? And let them know what kind of products I have. Maybe I could just drop my card off and just, leave a breadcrumb there. Maybe that can be one thing. Maybe it's something to do with online. So maybe I could make some connections online. Maybe I could find a community like they have, networking events and things like that. Maybe I can just be talking to somebody and somebody will be able to connect me to somebody who has something, because business is all about that, right? Business is all about connections. It's about who you know somebody who knows somebody. You could get into the store or wherever it is that you want to be, right? Or you can meet the person that you want to meet that can make that thing happen for you. So it's about the smaller things that you can do. Don't just put it on your board and just leave it there, but let's see what smaller steps we can do in order to get there. Maybe you need to set up your LinkedIn account and let everybody know what you're doing, and you're looking for places where you can put your products. Maybe you need to start looking out and seeing what areas are good, where you scoping out the areas and see where you would like to have your next location. Where would you like to be? Maybe look around in the neighborhood, walk around, see what's going on in there, see what the rent looks like, see how, if they have a lease, is it a 6-month lease? Is it this? Is it that? Start looking around and start doing the work. That is the action that you are taking to get to that big goal, right? So you're not just allowing that goal to just sit there and fester. You are actually doing some work behind it. And you guys know, if you start working towards your goal is going to start working towards you, right? So think about the smallest steps that you can take. And this is why it's so important that I say we do a roadmap party, because when you do vision boards, there's a bunch of pictures, it's a party, it may be some drinks flowing, it's just you cutting out a bunch of pictures that you thought were dope and some words that you thought were cute that spoke to you and inspiring you, and you throw all of that on the board and you're hoping for something, and you may not even want what you put on that board, but it's sitting there, and now you got a bunch of stuff just sitting there, and it's like, I may not even want that. So this is about you being very intentional. This is about you creating the roadmap to get to where you want to go, because you can't get to anywhere if you don't know where you're going without a map, without a guide, without asking for directions. You can't get to that destination, right? And so this is what your guide is going to be for your 2025. You are going to create those steps to get you to these big goals that you want, because they're not unattainable. You can reach these goals and you can get them even faster than you even expected, but you have to do the work. You have to start looking at the small steps. The progress is in the smaller steps. It's not in the main goal. It's in the smaller steps to get to that goal. How many of y'all agree? Let me know in the chat. If you agree, you agree. Let me know. Big goals require good habits and discipline. Y'all know I say this all the time. Discipline. Why? Because you're not going to always want to run your business. You're not always going to want to do the things. You're not going to always want to work out. You're not going to always want to eat right. You're always going to reach for the sugary snacks. There's going to be things that you want to do that has nothing to do with the results that you want, right? So if I know that I'm trying to lose weight, I know that I can't keep eating sugary foods, fried foods, or sodas, all of that. I know that I can't have that. But how can I expect my results or any transformation to happen if I'm not changing? So it has to happen. It happens with your habits and it happens with your discipline. They go hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. It's about aligning your habits and your daily actions with the bigger picture, which is your goal. All right, so small habits give you big results, and habits are the foundation of your goals. If you know me, then you know, and if you don't and you're new to me, hey y'all. But this is one of the books that I think that every entrepreneur, every athlete, every student, every person, I think every person needs this book called Atomic Habits. It's by James Clear. You can listen to it for free on YouTube, or you can listen to it on Audible, or you can purchase the book if you already have the book. I read this book at least 2-3 times a year. Why? Because it inspires me, because it tells you, it's not telling you make a drastic change. You see, everybody has these resolutions at the beginning of the year and they want to change everything immediately. Oh, I'm going to the gym, I'm working out, I'm going to the gym an hour a day. You haven't been to the gym in 10 years. How you doing an hour? You probably can't even do 10 minutes if you haven't been to the gym. You're not running 10 miles if you haven't even walked the block. Like, you're not going to get there. Your body's not ready. You got to condition your body to get there, right? And in order to condition your body to get there, you got to take small steps. That may mean I'm going to work out. Maybe I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. I'm going to walk around the block. Then I'm going to run around the block for maybe a half an hour. I'm going to see if I could do that. And I'm going to do that for a while. And then I'm going to try to run a mile. And then I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? It's baby steps to get you where you have to go. And the thing that I like about this book is that James Clear says it takes 1%. 1% daily. Just decide that you are going to do 1% better every single day. You do 1% better, is going to make you 37 times better by the end of the year. 37 times better by the end of the year. That's better than 0. That's better than you start stopping, right? So 1% daily. You do something 1%. If that means, okay, I know I struggle with working out because I don't like it. Okay, maybe I'll just walk up and down the stairs. Maybe I'll do that 5 times. Maybe I'll walk up the block and come down the block, and then I'll do that every day. Every day at 5 o'clock, I'm going to walk up the block, come down, and then I'm going to, do whatever I got to do. But just 1%. It doesn't have to be something so drastic. Usually, again, when we're setting these New Year's resolutions, and we are drastic changes. Why they don't stick? Because they're too drastic. Why they're not sticking is because you don't have that work ethic in order to maintain that new change that you're saying that you want. And in order to do that, we got to usher it in, baby steps. Remember, a baby learns how to walk. A toddler is going to learn how to walk. They're not going to come out the womb walking, right? James Clear says you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And what that means is you have to create the plan. Your systems are the plan. You can't just expect to be somewhere and not do the things. There has to be a plan in order for you to get there. Another important thing that I got from from Atomic Habits is habit stacking, right? And this is a way to let the new habits stick to something that you've already done, right? So habit stacking is building new habits by anchoring them to existing ones. This is used as your cue. So for the new habit that you want to create. So if you know that you want to meditate more, right? Because you meditate randomly. And so you want to do this as a daily thing, right? But you also make coffee daily, right? So I know as soon as I make my coffee, that's my cue, right? I'm going to make my coffee. My cue is coffee's made, time to meditate. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes and I'm going to meditate. That habit you're already doing in the morning, that's your cue again to start the new habit, right? 5 minutes. And this also requires discipline, because sometimes you're not going to feel like meditating. Sometimes you're not going to want to stop and slow down. Sometimes your day may be getting away from you and you feel like you don't have that 5 minutes, but you have to make a decision that you're going to take that 5 minutes and you're going to meditate, right? So the existing habit is the coffee, and that becomes the cue for the new habit, which is going to be your meditation. Y'all with me so far? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know. Say yeah. Let's say put ones in the chat, however you want to interact with me. All right. So goals are the outcome. Systems are the process, right? If you want to lose 10 pounds, what are your systems? And this is what I meant by systems. Your systems, maybe you're going to meal prep. You're going to work out 3 times a week, and you're going to track your calories. All of these things are going to be what you have to do in order to get to where you're going. This is what's going to measure your progress, right? This is going to measure your progress, because by doing these 3 things, you're going to see the results. By doing these 3 things, you're going to see your progress, right? Because what gets measured gets managed, right? You're able to see the progress. Again, this is another reason why I like to do roadmap parties instead of doing vision board parties, because you're able to see your progress as you go along the journey to see to the end goal. Your system is your roadmap to your goal. All right, so I know we hear this all the time. Are you tired of hearing SMART goals? Unmute yourself and let me know. Are you tired of hearing SMART goals? You hear SMART goals everywhere you go, right? Are you tired of hearing it? Yes, no, maybe so. You never heard it? Let me know. What we got in the chat? Anything?
No, nothing yet.
All right.
I love SMART goals,
Who said?
but I have to live by SMART goals though, because of my job. So, and I was gonna say, Coach Nikki, there's also a workbook that accompanies the Atomic Habits book.
Yes.
I just saw it, so I was like, oh, I'm about to get it.
Yep. It's a free template when you get the book. Yes. So if you're tired of hearing them, you're still going to be tired, because I'm still going to say it. SMART goals is something that you're going to need in order for you to achieve your goals. It's no way around this either, right? And so we could look at the S as specific, strategic, and significant, because this is, you got to get real crystal clear on what the goal is, because if you don't know exactly what you want, you can't just say, I want to lose weight, because if you lose a pound, you lost weight, right? That may not be what you're trying to get, right? You may want to lose 10, you may want to lose 20, you may, depending on whatever it is, right? So you want to get real clear, real specific about your goals. So the S is for specific, strategic, or significant, right? The M is for measurable. You have to be able to measure the goal. Remember, I said what gets measured get managed, right? So is it meaningful to you? Does it motivate you? If it doesn't motivate you, you're not going to do it. So if you know that you want to lose 10 pounds and you got to go to the gym and lift weights, and you know that you hate lifting weights, that may not be the thing you want to do. If you want to stick to this goal, you may want to do something different. You may want to do something that's more fun to you. What's more fun that's going to encourage you and inspire you to go and work out? Right? So whatever that thing is, it's got to motivate you. And a lot of the times we write goals and we just, maybe it's a goal that somebody else wanted. Maybe it's a goal that we've seen somebody else having it look good on them, and maybe we want that. So we have to get real specific, and we got to be able to measure it and say, how does this motivate me? Why do I even want it? Do I even want it? Right? So the A is for attainable, achievable, and adjustable. Every goal can be adjusted. If you are not getting where you want to get at a time frame that you want to get there, look at the habit and see, what do I need to do? Do I need to adjust it? Do I need to, change my timeline? Maybe my timeline was a little bit unrealistic. I got to do some adjustments. It's okay, right? Is it relevant? Is it realistic? You're not going to say, again, you're not going to not work out for 10 years and say all of a sudden I want to run 10 miles, right? Because that's not realistic. You're not going to be able to do that. You're probably going to pass out on half a mile, or maybe even, let's give you a mile. You're going to pass out because your body is not conditioned to run that long. Right? So you have to make sure that it's realistic. And when I say realistic, because that's one word that I do not like to hear. When somebody tell me I have to be realistic, no, I don't. I don't have to be realistic. I can get what I want and do what I want as long as I know that I'm going to do the work. I can manifest it. I can visualize it. I can do everything that I need to do in order to get that goal. I do not like somebody telling me, oh, you got to be realistic. You got to make sure you have something to fall back on. I don't like that. Even though, you may say it feels like a safety net and it's good for you, it just don't feel good to me. It doesn't resonate with me. But you want to make sure that realistic is like, okay, I could do this in this amount of time. And of course, it should be a stretch. Of course, it definitely should be a stretch. But what can you do with what you got? And the last thing is everybody needs to put a time on it, put a date on it. That is the way you can measure your progress. If you have it on your list and it's whenever you feel like it, then it's not even important for you to get there. So there is no motivation for you to get to that goal because you don't even have a timeline on it. If you have a timeline on it, then you can say, oh yeah, it's time for me I need to hustle up because I got a month left. I need to get to work. Do you guys know this? And I forgot what book it was or who said it. It's probably Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar. And he was like, when you have vacation and you know that you're going on vacation, you get so much work done in the week before you leave for your vacation because you want to make sure that you get all of the work done. If you could do that the week before your vacation, then why are you not doing that every day? right? And so a lot of us be like trying to, oh, I gotta hurry up to get to this goal because I said that I want to do it by such and such and such. Oh, vacation is coming or whatever. We rush to get it done, and we try to make sure that we do everything. Everything is taken care of. The kids is here. This is happening here. Okay, so we got this here, this here. I got to make sure that I lock the house. The dog is here. Da da da. You making sure that everything gets taken care of. But if you can do that for a week before vacation, you could do that every single day, right? And so you have to be motivated in order to do that, and a date will make you do that. So for the T, is timely, tractable, and tangible. All right. And so I'm big on celebrating milestones. Why? Because you should celebrate your small wins. If you wait until you get to the big thing, then it's like, okay, I did it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're celebrating every step of the way, it's like it's building that momentum, right? We talk about momentum every morning, right? Celebrate your wins. It builds momentum, and it's a confidence booster. Every time you hit another milestone, you're like, yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I could get to that next one. I could do this. And you got that motivation in you. You got that ambition. You ready to hit that next thing. You hungry. You gotta be hungry. That's what Les Brown say, right? You gotta be hungry in order to get it. You hit that. You like, oh, I did that. Bet, going to the next thing. I did that. Bet, I'm going to the next thing, right? So you got to celebrate your milestones, because the joy is in the small. The joy is in the journey. That's another thing I say all the time. The joy is in the journey. It ain't you're not gonna be able to really appreciate the journey if you're not celebrating along the way, right? The goal is one thing, but when you get there, now what? It's done, right? So you want to be celebrating along the way. And you also want to make sure that you surround yourself with a supportive community and people that's going to celebrate with you and hold you accountable. And you're going to do the same for them, right? You're going to be able to celebrate each other's wins and hold each other accountable. A lot of people want to hear the things that they want to hear. That's a problem. Right? I don't want to hear the things that I want to hear. I have friends that will tell me the truth. I have friends that tell me when I'm not doing something right or something didn't go right or whatever. And it's not about me taking it personal. It's about me being better. And I can't be better if I can't acknowledge that I did something that didn't do, like if I did something and it wasn't as good as I thought, or I could do it and it could be better. Right? So you have to have friends that are going to do that to you, and I do that for you. And I'm blessed that I do have a circle of friends that will let me know. And you want to do that for yourself and for others. You don't want to just be the one. You don't want it to be one way. Right? And you don't want to surround yourself with people who won't celebrate your wins, or they fake celebrate your wins with you because they behind secretly hating on you. If you know that you got friends and the red flag done said ding, 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 let them go. Let them go, because they're not for you. And then no matter what, they're never going to be happy with any of your wins ever. That's never going to happen, right? Because if you see it in the beginning, that's going to be something that's going to carry you on through, right? What did they say? If somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Oh, that's the truth. It's the truth. So make sure that you surround yourself with supportive women that's going to big you up, that's going to make sure they celebrate with you. They're going to talk about it. They're going to scream it. They're going to act like it's their win too. You know what I'm saying? And you do the same for them. You're reciprocating. Those are the kind of relationships that you want. And again, you want people that are going to hold you accountable. Oh, this looked good, but how about this? Oh, that was good when you did that, but what about if you did this? Oh, okay. So you know what? I see that you're trying to do this. Let me put you in touch with this person who can get you to the next step, right? You need those kind of people in your circle. If you have people in your circle that don't want to share a resource with you because they think you're going to get ahead of them, that's not the person you want in your circle, right? So you got to make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right type of people, because that is going to help you. That is going to be what's going to be the wind beneath your wings. It truly is. So as you know, once you get to, I have this great idea, I'm feeling amazing, everything is going so well, everything is going so beautifully. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My goals look good. I'm excited. 2025, here I come. I'm ready. But guess what's going to happen? Skirt. Life's going to life. Life is going to life all the time. Nobody's escaping it. Life is going to life. Things are going to happen. You're going to lose things. People are going to betray you. Things are not going to go the way you thought. You may lose a job, you may get laid off, you may be, you know what I'm saying? Things are gonna happen. Kids going crazy, things are gonna happen. And so life, you could for sure be sure that life is going to life, right? And so what do we do when that happens? You have to look at, because a failure is not a failure. A failure is a lesson. Just because you may not have gotten what you thought you were supposed to get, you may not been successful on a venture that you had, but guess what? You can always look at everything that you've been through as a lesson. Every single thing. You can look back in your life and say, well, this person did A, B, and C to me, and I feel away, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do this. But what did it teach you? Okay. Yeah, it didn't feel good, but what did it teach you? Right? This person yelled at me, and everybody's always yelling at me, and I don't like being yelled at. And what did that teach you? Did my boss yelled at me and I left? Well, what did that teach you? Did it teach you that you need to have patience? Did it teach you that you just need to maybe just listen before you start acting abruptly? Everything that you go through is going to be a lesson. Maybe you launched the product, the product didn't sell. Maybe you didn't promote it good enough. Maybe you didn't talk about it. Maybe nobody even knows about the product. You had a product and you thought, and this is something that, we speak about in the morning too. You had a product and nobody knew about it. And you're like, oh, well, it's not a bestseller. It's not a top seller. Nobody's buying it. I'm going to discontinue it. But there will be a lesson in that, right? Oh, I failed because I tried to make candles and my candles suck and I'm never going to make candles again. It may not have been your candles have sucked. It may have been that nobody knew about your candles. You didn't have enough eyes on your candles. You didn't talk about it enough for somebody to even know that you even had that thing. Right? So there's always going to be a lesson in a failure, but you got to be able to recognize that and not allow the failure to be the thing that you're known by. You know what I'm saying? And even if you are known by a failure, you can say that's not what my life is about. You know what I'm saying? This does not define me. Yes, I failed, but see, watch how I pick myself up. Yes, I failed, but watch me not stay stuck. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be times when you're not going to get sales. There may be times when you're questioning how am I going to pay my bills? I got to stop doing this because I need to do something else because this ain't helping me. So what is that helping you to do? Be more disciplined in your business. Be more disciplined in your business. Be more diligent on your savings. Make sure you're more on your spending. Those are lessons that you learned. It's not just the complete failure because you just are not good at money management. No, it's about you're not good at money management and you got to do better. Right? So there's a lesson in it. And you have to make sure that you can recognize the lesson, because if you don't recognize the lesson, then you haven't learned anything and you'll never grow. Right? So if you get knocked down, that's what I'm saying. Get knocked down, get back up. Dust yourself off and try again. Do it again. Do it again, but make sure you take those lessons that you learned and apply it to your new steps. Apply it to your new venture. Don't just sit there and just leave that thing there. No, that thing was there so it can give you something to go by. That thing is there to give you the map and tell you where the detours are, where you shouldn't go, where the bad neighborhoods are, where the potholes are. That thing showed you that. So now you know to go around those things. Now you know that maybe you need a different car. Now you know if you're going uphill, maybe you need a car that's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, things are going to change and you are going to have to change with them. And those lessons that you learned from the failure are going to be the things that's going to tell you what to avoid in your future. Yes? We good with that? Yes, yes, and yes. One thing I hate is perfectionism. Don't tell me you're waiting for things to be perfect. And not just for me, you should hate it too. Right? And I'm going to tell you why you should hate it. Because to me, when somebody say perfectionism, I automatically say procrastination. Because you just keep on putting it off because I'm waiting for it to be perfect, Put the thing out there. And I'm not saying put any old thing out there. I'm just saying, if you know that you got it to the best that it's going to be for right now, put the thing out there and see what changes you need to make as you go along. Because there may be things that may need to be adjusted. And it's not about, oh, they just hate my product. No, it may be maybe they want a smaller vessel. Maybe they want a larger vessel. Maybe they want other options. Maybe they want a suite of products. Maybe they want different things, right? And so how would you ever know to start working on those things if you are stuck on being perfect and the thing never get out there? A lot of the times we waiting on perfection. And let me tell you one thing I know. right? You're waiting on perfection and somebody else comes out with your thing. Oh, now I can't do it. I done wasted years doing this thing and now somebody else did it and now I can't do it. Why not? Why you can't do it? Right? You already had the idea. You already did all that work. Now you're going to just throw it in the garbage because somebody else came up with it. You should have executed faster. Right? And it sucks to hear, but it's the truth. I say it to myself, like, girl, why didn't you execute faster? What are you waiting on? Put the thing out there. Let's get it. Let's go. Because it's the truth. You sitting on something, let the thing go and let the people decide what you need to do. Right? See what the people are saying. They may love it. You may be sitting here nitpicking, talk about this ain't the right thing. This ain't the right vessel. This ain't the right color. This ain't the right. You might be saying that and somebody might be thinking it's perfect just the way it is. Your customers may be saying that it's perfect just the way that it is. But how would they know if they never get to try it? Right? How would you be able to know? You got to get the feedback. So stop saying I'm waiting on everything to be perfect. Yes, you could want everything to look amazing and that's fine. Right? I'm not saying throw anything out there and put out trash. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying make sure it looks good, but don't wait for perfection. Oh, I'm waiting for the website to look just perfect. No. If it's operating, it looks good to you. Everything's, if it's operating, you got your email set up, you got the descriptions in there, everything is ready to go. Stop waiting for it to be perfect. Put it out there and you can perfect it along the way, because once them sales start coming in, and something happens, now you don't know what to do because you thought you had it perfect, right? So you got to allow yourself to be able to get the feedback, to have the experience, because if you don't, then when things happen, and they will, like I said, life is going to life, something's going to throw you off. Now, what do? Now you sitting here acting like, oh, no what to do. Oh, know what to do. Because I thought I had everything was perfect. No, everything is not going to be perfect. Things are going to happen and you're just going to have to learn how to pivot and adapt. It's a thing. Put that on wherever you have your Post-its. If you got a wall, like I said, a wall, bathroom, mirror, if you got being Mary Jane in the bathroom, whatever, put that Post-it somewhere. You got to pivot and adapt because things are going to happen. People have sales all the times and things happen to their website. What you gonna do? Cry about it and say, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And how long you gonna cry? Because it got to get fixed. You got to start taking action about it. It's things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. Les Brown says, practice and practice and practice makes improvement. It doesn't make perfect. It makes improvement, because you always can improve to make it better. And it's never going to be perfect because there's no such thing, but you always can make it better. You are the driver in your story. So where do you want to go? You can, wherever the goal is, don't say I can't do it because I'm not from this background and that's not what we do. And only Beyonce can have this level of fame and only this person can have this level of wealth and only this person can do this certain thing. No, we all have the same thing in us. We all have what we need to get what we want. It's just about what our work ethic look like. It's just about what we are going to do in order to get there. Right? You have to be able to say you are going to do the work. So why road mapping is important. Road mapping to me is very important because as you can see the little diagram there, it shows the steps, the pit stops along the way until you get to your final destination, right? You have your milestone 1, milestone 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So I can say, y'all know for me, if you know, I have a goal to get to 100K on YouTube, right? So one of my milestones was to get to my 10K, to get to my 25K, to get to my 50K, and then to get to 75 and get to 100, then I reach my goal, right? So I'm already marking off my milestones. I can see my progress. I can see that I'm moving towards my goal. My goal is not just sitting there at 100K with my plaque. My goal is sitting there with the milestones that are going to get me there and those wins that I could celebrate along the way. Because again, you got to celebrate the small on your way to the big, right? How many of y'all remember MapQuest? How old are y'all? Do you remember MapQuest? Listen, you didn't have the GPS on your phone where you could, and I know Malaysia was talking about this the other day. You didn't have the GPS on your phone. You had to be home, print out your directions from MapQuest, and it's going to tell you everything, and you got to read it as you go. It's not something that you have attached to your car and you hear it and say, make a left at the corner, do this. It didn't do that. So I still
use it. I still use MapQuest.
I think MapQuest is the most accurate because remember
Just
when
to see where the mileage, like how far something is, I use.
Yep. Remember when I was trying to find you guys in Texas and
Mhm.
I was using Waze. And it kept taking me
Mhm.
around. I was lost for like a half an hour. I was right there in the area. I was right there.
Yep.
And so using Waze, it was wrong. This is those computerized satellite tracking devices or whatever, the mapping. And I was lost, right? But MapQuest always was right. MapQuest always got you to where you needed to be, right? But this is what the roadmap is for you guys. This is you creating your map from MapQuest. This is you creating your GPS that's going to direct you to your goals in 2025. That's what this is for, right? So this is your GPS, and you can go as big as you want as long as you start planning out the trip. With MapQuest, you can plan out your trip if you needed to stop, if you needed to go off and go to the bathroom, whatever. You could plan your trip because you see what's coming up, right? And that's the same thing that you want to do with your goals. And I hope you guys are still with me. So the secret ingredient and the special sauce, it always has been and it always will be you. You are going to be the magic thing. There's nothing that you could read that's going to say don't do the work. There's nothing that you can do that's going to say don't do the work. Everything is going to require you to do the work that you need to do for you to get to your goal. So tonight, I hope you guys are registered because the seats are gone, y'all. The seats are gone. Tonight, we will be doing our annual roadmap party, and that is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are registered for the roadmap party, I hope that you prep your board. I was telling everybody on Coffee with Nikki to please prep your board, just the theme of your board. And then when you come to the party, have your pictures, your words, anything else that you want to add to your board. We'll do that at the party, but you want to make sure that you prep the board because it's going to take you a second, especially if you like me. I'm artsy and crafty and I love all of the things. I want glitter, I want this, I want that, I want everything to sparkle and shine. This season I am going to do a garden theme because you know me, my garden analogies. And so my leaves are going to be my milestones and my flower is going to be my goal. So that is what I am going to be creating for myself. So that is what I mean by your theme. What is something that's going to excite you? What is something that's going to make you smile every time you look at it? Because you want to look at this every single time and get the feels. You know, you want to vibrate higher because you're looking at something. You want to get encouraged, inspired. You want to see it and you want it to make your heart smile. This is what you want to see when you create your board. What are those things that's going to make you do that? What's those things that's going to make you want to look at that board? Because again, when you go to vision board parties and you're just throwing a bunch of words on the board, or a bunch of pictures on the board, do you want to look at it? Because now you're looking at it like, this don't even fit in my room. That looks tacky. I gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? You want to make it pretty. You want to make it something that you want to look at. So what is your theme going to be? And if you can, I would appreciate it for you to prep your board and don't come in there and don't participate, right? Have your board prepped and ready to go. Again, bring your pictures and your words and whatever else you want to add to that. We're going to be talking. We're going to be playing some games. Cousin is going to, you guys, that's Treese, is going to lead us in prayer. And we're going to start. We're going to pray over our board. We're going to pray over our year. And we're going to move forward with that. So that is going to be happening tonight at 8 p.m. There was something else I wanted to add to the roadmap party that I forgot. But it's okay. It'll probably come back to me. So my theme, and I think everybody's theme, because I am in love with this thing. I have the quote on my wall: "Your playing small does not serve the world." It is time for you to stop holding on to the things that you had in the past that's stopping you from getting the things that you want. Right? If the devastation and everything that's going on and around the world, if that didn't show you anything, it should have showed you that live your life to the fullest. Go after all the things that you want, because nobody is promised tomorrow. So you might as well go after the things you want today, because tomorrow may not get here. Next year may not get here. So what do you want to do that's going to make your mark on the world, right? You don't dim your light down for nobody. You're going to shine your light on the world, and everybody, if they need to, they're just going to have to wear sunglasses, but you are going to be the light that you need to be, that God put in you to shine on the world, because everybody has something. I don't have that talent. I don't have this. Everybody has something. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're a nurturer. I don't care if if I'm just a mother. Well, you're doing enough because your kids need you, right? I don't care if you are I'm just an organizer. Well, somebody needs to be organized, because I'll tell you right now, I operate in organized chaos, and I need to be organized all the time. Okay. So just because it doesn't seem like bigger than somebody else's, because it's in your eyes, you think that it's bigger. Just because it don't look like somebody else's gift don't mean that you don't have a gift, right? Operate within your gift, operate within your skill set, right? What do you have that you could use, that you can maximize? Use that thing, do that thing, and let your light shine. So that is our motto for this season, is your playing small does not serve the world. So who am I? Oh, they call me brother to the night. What's the next line, y'all? What's the next line? Who am I? They call me brother to the night. I'm trying to be the somebody. Somebody better come up with the line. Somebody better come up with the line. I'm trying to be the blues in your left eye. What is it? Trying to become the funk in your right. Is that all right? Y'all didn't watch Love Jones?
Is that all right?
That's all right, honey. That's all right. All right. I watched that movie so many times.
I love that movie. I'm about to
All
watch
right,
it
y'all.
again.
So I am the owner and founder of Bubble Babes Bath Company. I am also the owner and founder of Bubble Babes University, and also Babe Society Studio, where we make custom bookmarks, budget envelopes, etc. You can follow me on all social media. Those are all of my handles. And you can also follow me Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And that is all I have for you guys today. Does anybody have any questions? How are you guys feeling? Do you feel good? Does this feel good? Is it resonating with you? Are you moving differently? What are you going to be doing differently? Let me know in the chat. Let me pull up the chat. I can see the chat now.
I was like, dang, should I shout now or should I wait to the end?
Shout now.
Good. Thank you.
Nikki, that last part.
Which one?
Your playing small does not serve the world, and how you expounded on it. You have me here crying.
Oh, wow.
You have me here crying, my dear. Yeah.
It's your time.
Yeah. It was. Bless you, my dear.
Bless you too. Bless you too. I'm touching and agreeing. So I hope that this resonated with you guys. I hope that this is something, again, y'all let me close it out with y'all ready? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And that is from Marianne Williamson. So if y'all want to read, I think it's her workbook in A Course in Miracles. So if you guys want to go and read that, you can. And that's what I got for y'all.
Great, Nikki.
Thank you,
Thank
Coach Nikki.
You're welcome. No questions, y'all. Are y'all joining the roadmap party?
Thank you, Coach.
You're
This was
welcome.
amazing. Love you, Michelle.
Love you, girl.
Oh God, you guys can see me? Oh shoot.
Yes.
Yes, we can see you.
It's okay. We are in a safe space.
It's all good.
Okay. Y'all know I cry all the time, so
I totally forgot my camera was on and I'm sitting here praying to God and I'm fixing my thing and I'm like,
oh,
All right, if you're on YouTube, we're going to stop the YouTube streaming and continue with our class in Zoom. So thank y'all for joining on YouTube. Hit that like button.
Hit the like